Perfect.
Shouts out to all the comments coming in. I hear my son in the background. Tell us how we're gonna beat them dirty ducks, Chico. Run them lights up. Yes, sir. Always working, never twerking.
That's right.
Dog and Dave. Run them lights up. All right, let's get it in. Let's get it in. We here, baby, live and in effect. Back like vertebrae, like we never left. It's the dog Dave. Took us to the sea and the place to be, man. Shouts out to my dog Dave. How you doing, Dave? Where you checking in from?
Man, I'm doing great. It's been a hot day here just outside of Denver, Colorado, and looks like giving you an up-to-date weather report. It's looking like we might have some scattered showers in Boulder right now coming my way. So we'll see how that goes.
You have on a tank top. I have on the hoodie. I'm in Hawaii. You're in Boulder. The weather then switched up on us or something. I don't know. But I got me a hoodie on today. Had to represent my CU and that Nike. You know how we do it.
Love it.
Appreciate everybody already joining in. Got the comments going crazy. We give a couple nows and shouts out to everybody out there. Smiley the Beast. We're tuning in. We're broadcasting on both channels, my channel and Dave's channel. David Talks Buff. You see it up there in the corner. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment on both pages. 09 to Jennifer, Smiley the Beast, Countdown Timer, Patricia, Marilyn Howard, Aurelius, everybody out there, Legal Hustle King, everybody who's checking in, Buffs to the Natty. Now to everybody out there, man. We got some topics to discuss. Of course, we got some trendy topics that went on. We got Warren Sapp talking about he's going to be joining the D-line. We got the Oregon game coming up, of course. We got Shador Sanders and Shiloh talking about the NFL. Man, how can the Buffs win coming up this Saturday? And looking forward to next Saturday. Got a lot of celebrities slated to come to Boulder where it's colder, man. So where you want to jump in first, Dave?
Man, let's just get into some of this Coach Prime with his kids leaving early. Let's talk about some of this NFL stuff, man, because I feel like with us winning, with us surprising a lot of people, now the goalposts have changed. Where if somebody isn't enjoying this or wants to rain on our parade for some reason, now it's we're not going to suck. Now it's Shador's just going to be gone. Then everybody's going to leave. This isn't going to last very long, that type of thing. But, it was pretty satisfying to see Coach Prime come out there, say that on Sunday. Nah, they're not going anywhere. Why would you want to cut this family affair short? I mean, this is a once in a lifetime type of thing. And I think everybody's kind of looked at this as kind of for this first stage, of Coach Prime at CU is like a 2-year plan. And what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, no, definitely. I think they're slated to come back. Both of them have, they said Shador has 3 years eligibility because of the pandemic. Shiloh still has another year after this year because of the pandemic, which is amazing. I think that was more of one of those, dog, we're going to make a viral moment right here, dog. And that's going to go viral right there, just by you saying that we being at the game. Also, I think it was some genuineness in there, being that they're at that game looking like, man, we can play here. We can play here. But, a lot of guys go pro at this stage for the money reasons. And like my guy said, I'm not counting Coach Prime's money, or I'm not counting Shador or Shiloh's NIL money, but I'm sure they're pretty sitting comfortable as far as money goes. So I think it's more about the process and about what they want to accomplish at CU. Also, Travis Hunter is going to still be there. He can't leave. At the same time, I think this is the worst team, not the worst, or I'll say the weakest there'll be in the Coach Prime era. I think they're going to get so many good recruits coming from what they're doing this year is going to be crazy. They're going to solidify that offensive and defensive line as people think. They're going to continue to surprise people this year because they have that chip on their shoulder on their offensive defensive line. They're a scrappy team. Might not be the biggest or the strongest, but they find a way to make plays and make the stops when it matters. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
shouts out to them. I'm looking forward to seeing them do more coming this Saturday. So that's my take on it. You know what I mean? I don't think they're going to go anywhere. I think they're going to stay and finish off this deal. Shiloh and Shador, and everybody else who has the eligibility. Why leave Coach Prime right now? Man, you got all the opportunity in the world to make good on NIL deals and get to the NFL and just keep developing also.
At this point, big dog, I mean, if everybody's coming back, we're going to be right in there contending for the Big 12 title, which means we're going to be right there contending for a national championship. We're going to have the reinforcements. We can touch on Warren Sapp here in a bit.
Yeah.
But, what I was wanting to get at with this is like, yeah, you got everybody returning. I think everybody's bought in kind of for these 2 years. You're bringing in more beef up front. You're getting some flips. And I mean, you're going into next year. Is College Game Day and Fox Big Noon, are they just going to make a permanent spot here on campus next year? Because it's only going to get bigger once we have the results this year, plus another
Right.
recruiting cycle.
They're probably doing like I'm doing right now, looking for an Airbnb in Boulder and surrounding areas because I don't know who they're asking what's their cash app. The cash app should be in there for both of ours. I don't know. Dave, put yours in there. I'll put mine in there too for any donations y'all want to put in. We
You can make a
appreciate it.
donation on my channel right now. I got to get a Cash App going.
Okay. Well, mine will be Speed Hustle TV. That's my old cash app. That's the one I still use now. Just put that in the chat if y'all want to donate to the channel. We appreciate it. Super chats are wide open if y'all want to do that also. So
Hmm.
thank you guys for the donations and looking out for us. But other than that, I think that these guys should stay and finish off the deal because it's like I said, this is the worst team that they're going to have at Colorado in the Coach Prime era. So much talent is looking to come there that it's going to be they're going to be you got people calling from the class of 2024 2025. They're calling Colorado trying to get recruited and come there. It's crazy.
And imagine the concerts we're gonna have lined up. Imagine the rappers that are gonna be there, walking us on the field after Ralphie gets out there. I mean, there's not a place more exciting to be playing college football right now. That's for sure. And like you just said, man, we're just hitting. We're just starting at the baseline right now. We're
Right.
nowhere near our peak, and I mean that's what's just so enjoyable, about this. And I think, man, it's been a work in progress, just like we've talked about with some of these position groups, like with the lines, the beef up front. But man, and a guy like Warren Sapp, who's looking to finish out his degree and then get on staff here. I mean, how can you say no to, if you're a recruit in Florida? How can you say no to two gold jackets?
Right. Warren Sapp, man, possibly a D-line coach for Colorado, said he wants to come. He said he's going to finish his degree and he's going to ask Coach Prime for a position. Why wouldn't Coach Prime add him on? It probably wouldn't be the head D-line coach right off, but you come on as an assistant D-line coach, learn some ins and outs of just being the coach once again, get back into the game, so to speak, into college football, so to speak, because you've been playing football, pro football, so you've been out of the game a little bit. Things change in college football. Learn how to just go go through everyday life as a college football coach, and not just a celebrity as Warren Sapp. Like he said, he could be stuck in his ways. He likes to fish this time of day, that many times a day. He likes to go here or whatever, but he would have to get all of that straight because being a coach, that's a commitment that you
Mhm.
make because you're there at that office so much. You're there with those kids during the season more than you're there at home with your families. So it's a commitment that he has to make, and once you prove that by getting your degree, then it kind of showing that hey, I'm serious about becoming a coach, and I'll start off at a GA level, grad assistant level,
Mhm.
and work my way up if I have to. A guy
Mhm.
like him might not need the money, so you can start off as a grad assistant and prove yourself, work your way up. Not saying you have to prove yourself in the sense of your accolades and whatever, but you know just get
Getting it
into the
done.
lifestyle because it's a serious thing that you're doing out there. But shout out to Warren Sapp for doing that. Any other Hall of Famer that's doing it too,
Oh
because that's
man, we, we
something
we
he
gotta we gotta get Ed Reed in the building here at some point, right? I mean, wouldn't that just be exciting to have him around these guys, even if it's
Ed
just for a few
Reed.
days?
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't been there yet. But I did see a comment from a former um, Miami Hurricane, Alonzo Highsmith, saying, give us a little backlash on the Miami Hurricane players that's been there in Colorado that's wearing the Colorado gear, alluding to Warren Sapp and Michael Irvin. But both of those guys are Coach Prime's friends and buddies, for a long time. So it transcends the schools. And
Oh
at
yeah.
this point, Coach Prime has already kind of dismissed his, allegiance to Florida State and said, "Hey man, I'm an HBCU grad," which he is. But technically, you're still Florida State alum. If you attend the school, you are alumni. You are alumni. That's the technical term for you don't have to graduate, especially somebody who played football. So I think these guys are just on some different type of stuff now. They're supporting their coach, their friend, and Coach Prime, and they don't have a problem with doing it. And Coach
Oh,
Prime is smart enough to when these guys come in, he said, "No, no, you're gonna be on camera. Take whatever you're wearing off." Because you see them come into the building, even Nate Newton or whoever, they come into the building wearing something else. But by the time you see them on camera, on film, on field, they have on Colorado gear, and that's good, smart marketing by Coach Prime and whoever else decided to do that.
it's genius. And I think, remove the whole Florida State thing from it, like you were just saying. If there's a team that from the past that kind of reminds me of, I feel like the tenacity, the style, the showtime, that this team is growing into and taking on and will have in the future. I mean, won't it kind of look a little similar to Miami Hurricanes football in the 2000s?
To them in them early 2000s when they had them dogs out there. You can name just a whole handful of guys that was actually on the field playing for them during that early
Yeah.
2000s time, and it was so electric. Even you can say during the USC runs when they had all the celebrities on the sideline. Those two uh, moments in college football have been probably outshined now, and if these guys can come up with bigger wins than they've already come up with,
Hmm.
it's going to be really crazy. It's going to be really crazy in
That's
Boulder and
right.
wherever else they take this show on the road to. And I think the first show was, of course, TCU. People showed
Mhm.
up and they showed out. Then we had followed by a couple home games. I think the first real big show, like I would say, like let's say a big arena show. If you was an artist, this is the big arena right here. This is the this is what everybody's looking for. This is our top ranked team, and if you can go in here and showcase your talents and get a win somehow versus Oregon, this is real big time prime time football that's only going to continue to elevate. You know,
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I think too, just kind of from a local Boulder perspective or whatnot, we've had Dead and Company, a really popular band out here that always travels to Boulder. They just did their last show this year in Folsom, and so I mean, Folsom, we're in need of some more concerts. We need some more artists coming in, and I think that would be pretty cool. Depending on what the schedule looks like next year, Friday
yeah.
night, you have a concert there at Folsom. Everybody gets into town early, and then you got the game, Saturday afternoon. I think that would be a lot of fun. But I think you're going to start to see more. The game is definitely an event, but as we're already seeing, the whole weekend is now starting to become an event in Boulder, and I think we're just getting started there.
Well, let me ask you this question: being a local there in Boulder, and me on my way there, how is the scene there as far as let's say after a game? How has it been the last two games after a game? Are you a guy that goes home, or are you a guy to go out to Pearl Street? Is how is it there after the games? Do everybody flock to Denver? What happens?
Nah, man, there's plenty of great spots to hang out, in Boulder. I was just talking with Bird, from Bird's Eye View earlier this afternoon because he was out here for the game this past weekend, and he was out at Pearl Street till past 2 a.m. before he caught his bus, back to the airport and everything. And yeah, if I was in, my early to mid 20s again, I think that I would be out after afterwards, having a good time and all that. Now I'm just a little bit more chill. I loved what we did this past weekend. Watching the game, then we go into a post game. I got a cup of coffee to get me there, but
Right.
the atmosphere in Boulder on game day is electric, and that definitely bleeds into the rest of the evening here in Boulder. But yeah, it's an exciting time to be around here, man. Everybody's wearing black and gold again, and right now, this is the premier team of the state right now. Of course, we don't have
Right.
Nuggets basketball kicking off for another month or so, and Broncos on too. But I mean, it's just this is the biggest show in town, and it's crazy how fast they have overtaken the legendary Denver Broncos, because it's Broncos and then everything else. That's not the
Right.
case this year.
That is crazy. So, man, uh-oh. That me? All right, sorry about that. But
No, you're good.
I'll just say this. From what I experienced out there after the game, Pearl Street, whatever, man, places were packed. I heard a reporter say that things were over 80% capacity, and I actually saw that because it seemed like the place was full, but then you had just as many people outside as there were inside trying to get inside. Some people were kind of like, just forget it. We ain't gonna make it inside. We just out here chilling in the street, and, and it's a good atmosphere to be around. I can't wait to get back in it. How is it? How do you think it's going to be? Let's say for an away game with them being on the road this week in Oregon. Most people, I guess, of course, we saw the reaction for TCU, but for an
Mhm.
away game, it's still going to be people out, at the bars watching the games and things like that. It's still going to be a live atmosphere out there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. And if you come into Denver or you live in Denver, a place that I'm sure you've heard of, that you've seen here on YouTube, you need to catch one of these games at the DNVR bar, especially for an away game. It doesn't matter what sport it is, whether it's Nuggets, whether it's Avs hockey, whether it's Buffs. It is the closest to a game like atmosphere at that bar. So that's off of East Colfax Road, downtown Denver. Please go out of your way to catch a game there sometime. I know once you're here, Big Dog, we'll have to get out there for an experience at some point. I think it would be a
Definitely
lot of
going
fun.
to the DNVR bar, man. Shouts out
Yeah.
to all those guys, Jake and RK, and even Uncle Neely
Yeah.
and everybody else on the staff with DNVR, man. We're not going to go too long here. We at what 18 minutes now, coming up on 18 minutes now. Dog and Dave show. Y'all let us know what y'all think about this. Get in the comments, leave a like, subscribe, and all the other good stuff. Let us know where you're checking in from, how you checking in, what you're listening to, how you listening to us. Whether you listen on Dave's channel or my channel, make sure you get in the comments and show love once again. We got another topic real quick. Like we talked about Shedeur Sanders and Shiloh going to the NFL. Talked about Warren Sapp. Let's get to we got a former Buffalo we'll be facing coming up this week in the former cornerback for the Buffs, Nico Reed. What can you tell us about us? And do you know whether he'll be actually on the field playing or not? How's he been looking for Oregon?
Yeah, he's kind of been right now, from what I've seen, kind of a part-time rotational player. But I think we will see a good amount of him with how many wide receivers we throw out there. And
Yeah.
man, I was so looking forward to the Travis Hunter Nico Reed matchup, because we saw that all throughout the well-off media videos and the Reach the People videos
Oh, yeah,
over the
you're
spring
exactly
practice.
right. Oh,
But yeah, we've been robbed of that, which is a bummer. But I think that I the what I want to see from Shador is obviously take the easy stuff, take what the defense is giving to you. Don't overcomplicate things. But with Nico Reed, he knows that particular defensive back better than he does these other guys. So I do think
yeah,
that we'll see him tested, and I think Nico knows that going into this matchup and welcomes that. But I like our guys, and I like too going up against him. And it's been one of those things where Oregon they've kind of stolen some of our corners here at some point. Or recently, Christian Gonzalez, first round draft pick of the Patriots this past year, who's having a great rookie year. He was
Yeah.
here in Boulder for 2 years, and he played with
Wow.
Oregon last year, and he absolutely just obliterated us. I think he had 2 or 3 interceptions, a touchdown, and the man, showed no mercy. So I'm expecting our team to show Nico Reed and that defense no mercy coming up. But what you think about this matchup, Big Dog?
Right. Well, I think about it is going to be a matchup of what can we make Bo Nix do? This offense has what, 0 turnovers right now.
Yeah,
But they're 119 in penalties. Also, this team is so if we can, the turnovers are going to come at some point, and most likely they're going to come in bunches. And if we can force them to get to throw some turnovers, some fumbles, some mishaps somehow, that's going to benefit us tremendously. Because I think once you get into the Pac-12, there's not really a defense that stands out to you that says they're going to stop us. So Shador Sanders should be able to lead this offense to a bunch of scores. I think that's why always say it's a battle of the quarterbacks. It's a dual
yeah.
quarterback battle, not negating everything else that's going on, but because of the quarterback has his hands on the balls, pause, so much that that um, a mistake by him is huge. And who's
Mhm.
more likely, in my opinion, to make those mistakes coming up is going to be my guy Bo Nix. Why am I so high on that? Because of what he did at Auburn. That's why I saw him at the most. What happened in Auburn? He had to face those SEC type defenses,
Mhm.
those SEC type coordinators. No, this defense is not totally SEC type caliber, but we do have an SEC type coordinator and Coach Charles Kelly. So with that being broken down like that, I think we'll be able to force Bo Nix into trying to make some plays that he don't want to make. Try to extend him too much. We will have to keep him bottled up though. The guy
Mhm.
can run the ball. The guy can improvise and make some plays. He can extend the play, but that might work into our favor with our defensive ends coming off the end. Um, Kyrie Mans, I hope he have a big game.
Yeah.
JD Dominic, Derek McClendon, Moneybag Austin, whoever else out there on that defensive line, I hope they can have a big game getting after the quarterback because it's going to be needed in Eugene, Oregon.
Mhm.
21 point underdogs, which is absolutely crazy to me. Um,
Mhm.
Colorado point per game is 41, with Oregon averaging 46. So you think that defense is going to step up that much, or you just thinking that we won't perform that much? That's the odds right now. So we'll see what happens. Much love to Travis Hunter. Hope he get well soon, and he can
Yeah.
get back out there on the field, man. That's one big blow. So we'll go from there.
Yeah, man. I think what you were saying with,
Look
this
at these
is a
comments.
battle of the quarterback. Oh, sorry. What are you saying?
No, I'm saying I was looking at these comments. That's why I look like my eyes going straight down like that. I'm looking at these comments right there. So shouts out to everybody out there though.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. Sorry, but I wanted to hit on what you're saying, Big Dog. Like, I don't think you're oversimplifying this. I mean, truly, the most important players in these football games are the quarterback because they touch the ball every single snap. That they're on the field, and I like Shador's odds. If this is a shootout against Bo Nix, I like Shador to play cleaner football, and it's been a bend but don't break defense. I think we must have 7 or 8 turnovers already generated this year. A
Right.
handful of those come in the red zone, and I see us, with guys returning that we haven't seen this year yet. Brandon Gant, Travis J. You know, man, I know I'm missing some other guys in the secondary. I don't know if we'll see. Um,
Vito Tisdale,
yeah, yeah.
or see if we'll see Jaquez Robinson coming back, or Jaden Miller Jones played well. We might see Carter Stoppmeyer this game. Who knows? Maybe I know Coach Prime said he's not ready yet, but possibly Kamani McLean.
Yeah.
We hope to see him out there. I think he I think he might be one of those guys who might be a gamer. You just got to put him out there, let him play, and he'll end up getting a pick, getting his confidence sky high. And now he's moving a lot faster. He's playing the way you want to see him play. So you might see him pop out there on the field at certain points of the game, Kamani McLean. But even without him, they should have good depth at the defensive back position. A
Mhm.
lot of people don't want to see him, but shouts out to my guy. We'll see out there Breed Love. You should see 31 out there. You should see 23. Number 3, Cooper.
Yes.
Um, like I said, Robinson. I'm not sure Travis J is ready yet. I think he's a ways away.
Okay.
Um, so that's where I'm at with it now. Also, a question is the depth on the offensive line with the injuries and such.
Oh,
Also
man.
losing Tyler Brown. Will Van Bam Wells come back and be ready to go? So there's a lot of questions like that. But I think these guys are going to go in there with the guy, whoever's on the field, who they have, they're going to go in with the mindset of we can win this game. We're going to go in here and get a steal. Definitely.
Yeah, and I think, people have alluded to this, other channels, other shows, this Charles Kelly defense, this isn't just a simplistic system that they're implementing. Like this,
All right.
this puts a lot of pressure, on your mind to make the correct reads and adjustments in split second time. And so I like, it doesn't surprise me that we've kind of seen, the ups and downs with the defense so early on, but it's only going to it's only going to get more consistent as we move on, and as we move further into the season. And I think this is a great opportunity to play a complete game for the defense to click like that. I mean, I know that Breelove, had a hard game, after coming in there for Travis, but
Yeah.
we got to remember, again, these guys are young. There was so much going on. Like it does not surprise me that if you're a guy coming in halftime, you're getting picked on. Sometimes you might just have a bad game. I'm expecting him to play much better football this week, having a full week to prepare, knowing what he's expected to do and going up against. Yeah. What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
that?
I will ask this question. I was looking at some of the comments. What do you think if Nico Reed would have stayed there now, with the injury to Travis? How do you think that would have played out? And then with the development of Kamani McLean not coming over yet, how do you think that would have played out? Where would he be in the rotation for Colorado, do you think? Because I think someone put in the comments saying that he's starting at safety.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, if he's starting at safety, that's pretty interesting. But I
Well,
think. Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No. I was going to say if he's starting at safety, that puts him in a position to have to cover the guys that I think is most important for Colorado to be successful, and that's the
Get into
guys
it.
on the inside on the slot. Whether it's Mikey Harrison, Jimmy Horn Jr., Chick Dawson, whoever that is in the slot, now he's one-on-one with Nico Reed. Now we saw him have some success with Travis Hunter on the outside, but I don't think he's going to be able to cover if they get in a one-on-one situation, man situation. A guy
Mhm.
like Jimmy Horn Jr. on a deep route like that.
Oh
So
yeah. And when we
we
saw the footage in the spring of, Javon Antonio, just whoop. And I think, again, with Javon coming here, with, Mikey had a good game this past week, but not a lot of film yet on him. I think that with Oregon, Travis Hunter, if you're wanting to look at the positives, we're gonna see kind of a different offense compared to when he is, lining up at wide receiver every play. We got some other guys to showcase. They have no idea how we're going to use Alt McCaskill this week. We don't know how they're going to replace Travis, with Javon and some of these other guys.
Yeah. So we got 28 minutes right now. Before we get up out of here, I got to discuss Alto McCaskill and the way
Yeah,
I saw him look on the Well Off Media video today, just making a nice move. And it was the running back drill with the two linebackers on the outside, one linebacker, and it happened to be B Grant. And I feel like he was coming in still fresh. It's probably some of his first high thudding type drills, but Alto looked like he was in tip top shape, damn near, I would say 98% from what he looked like to me, the way he made that cut and the acceleration to get up the field. If he's able to do that, he's going to bring a whole nother different element to the ball game when we're playing Oregon. If he's on the
Mhm.
field doing that, I'm sitting here telling you, y'all better watch out for him. If he's on the field and he can get up, he get a few carries, and he's healthy and he get confident and he get going and he's moving that power forward, that's a whole nother element to Colorado to where now they can put pressure on the defense by running multiple plays and keeping that defense on the field longer than they want to be.
Most
That's going to be
definitely.
big. He's going to be key for this game. The whole running attack will be key for this game for Colorado, I think.
Mhm. Mhm. And I was saying this earlier, and then I'm gonna give you a nugget that I haven't talked about this whole week because I wanted to save it for Big Dog and Dave. So that's what I'm
Yeah,
gonna do. But
dog days.
one of the things that really impresses me with Alton McCaskill is his vision, and I think that he has the potential to make up for some of the deficiencies that we've seen with the line right now. Of course, if we get Van Wells back, that's going to be huge and going to be helpful. But I think that we're going to be able to run the ball better with him in the backfield. And then this is just something to look out for. This is what I wanted to my nugget that I wanted to drop. At Kent State, we saw Sean Lewis run a handful of these sets with a couple tight ends, couple running backs, there in the backfield, and keep an eye out for some of these packages where we have possibly Dylan Edwards and Alton out there. Where they're bringing in some running backs, but then, I mean, how good of a threat both of them are as receivers, but we could split out Dylan, we could split out
Yeah,
Alton, we could run some really interesting plays to get some matchups against some linebackers and take advantage of space that way. So, and I don't really know what the rest of our injury report looks like for our scholarship tight ends like Fiorier and Passarello, but
yeah.
if they're back this week, they should
I
help
saw
within the run
Fourier,
game.
I think I saw Caleb on the field last game. He was definitely dressed
Okay,
for the what was the game? The game I was at, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
He was
Okay,
definitely dressed for that game. So hopefully we'll see them back full strength at tight end
yeah.
group where they can do some two tight end sets and possibly protect Shador Sanders with an
Mhm.
extra blocker a lot more rather than using the running back as that extra blocker. You got a tight end now, a bigger body there. Or even Alto McCaskill has proven, when he played at Houston, how good of a pass protector he can be.
Yes.
So with him coming back once again, and if you get loaded up with the tight ends again, this could change the whole type offensive philosophy in some ways for Colorado. It can give them a whole different dynamic if we can have a big back like McCaskill back there. Y'all watch this. Look out for this now coming this game. If you have a big back like McCaskill back there, and you go with the big Passarello tight end at tight end, then you maybe have Eli there at tight
Yep.
end. Just another big body as a blocker, right? Or even Caleb Faria.
Mhm.
Now you can put some pressure on Oregon by running the ball, like I said, keeping them off the field, keeping Bo Nix off the field, and running down that defense to where in that fourth quarter, where Shador Sanders leads the fourth quarter, he's the best in college football in the fourth quarter in completion percentage, total yards, TDs. He has the most in the fourth quarter. You know,
Man.
if they can get to that point to where it's a tight ball game, or either they just outscoring them in the fourth quarter, or by the time you get to the fourth quarter, Shador Sanders is a closer. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm looking at. That's the game plan I'm seeing with Alto McCaskill coming back and a healthier tight end group. At any point of the game, we can go five wides,
Yep.
uh, empty sets, and let Shador do your thing. Put the ball in his hands, and you do your thing.
Mhm.
But that running game is key. Look out for it.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Um,
Big Dog, what are some of your other, keys to the game, for CU kind of getting this upset? I just think it's funny, man. I think all the betting odds and the lines, the money line, everything like that, it looks identical to going into the TCU game.
right. And I've seen a lot of people, they're like, we're going to take Oregon and we're going to take the spread. I'm like, oh, damn. Like I said, Oregon averages 46 points. I almost said Shador. Colorado averages 41 points. All right. What isn't that 5 points? Last time I checked, like Nipsey Hussle, that was 5 points, right? So, I don't know where they got 21 points from. I guess they gave them a couple extra touchdowns because we're in Oregon, but you're not taking into a factor that this team is led by Shador Sanders and Coach Prime. They're on a different wavelength. They're on a different level. We're coming in here not afraid of Oregon,
Mm-mm.
knowing that we got to shut down this run, right? Try our best to just fill in the gaps and keep it contained at least. Keep Bo Nix contained. Don't let him get outside the pocket too much and have these big runs. All right. Come and show him fronts and blitzes and coverages that he only saw in the SEC when he was at Auburn. You know, take him back to those days. Now he might have didn't perform at Auburn because he had so much pressure because his dad and his granddad, I think, went there. Could have been
Yes.
one of those things. Just need a change of scenery. Much love to the young guy, but I hope you have a terrible game this weekend coming up. That's all I'm saying. I hope you have flashbacks this week, and it only lasts for this week. After that, you go on and be, great. I just hope that it lasts for this week, and you come out there and be like Bubba Dub and be hot. Trash is what I'm looking for. Give
Man,
me a
that's
trash in the comments.
that's right. And going into this, I think we'll play much looser than we did against Colorado State because there is no pressure on us coming into this game. We're supposed to lose by 21 points, I guess, according to the
Right.
experts. All the pressure is on Oregon to
All
handle
the pressure on
business. And if there's anything we know about this team is that they play their best in the biggest moments. And they come in hot, when they're feeling slighted or doubted, or they're not expected to do much. And so
them.
it's
Exactly.
it's nice that we come into this game knowing that this is going to be a really entertaining game, I think. And I think if we can get off to a hot start, if our offense can get in rhythm quickly, heck, maybe even take that lead early, I think that bodes very well for the Buffs getting this upset. But we're going to have to play our best football yet, and we definitely know our best football is ahead here in the future. So I mean, why can't it start here week 4?
Yeah, it's a 3-phase ball game. Right? You got to have special teams, defense, and offense clicking on all units, and this will be a great game for the special teams to get everything, tightened up as far as that blocking on that left side of that line. Get that straight. Make sure the offense can get in the rhythm early. Stay close in the game if everything started falling apart. But like Coach Prime said, at certain points of the game, uh, these past games, the offense has been playing well, then the defense has been trash. The defense has been playing well, then the offense has been sputtering. So we all just need to put it together. The whole offense, defense, and special teams need to come together, get this fixed to where they can play their best game going in Eugene, Oregon, and getting up and upset while everybody's watching, the whole world watching. Make it bigger than what it already is, dog. Let's go do something that they're not expecting you to do. Oregon hasn't lost at home in about 30 something, contests, I think it is.
My goodness.
It's time to take a loss out there now and hand them a hot L. Dish them out, like Shannon Sharp say. Skip or Stephen A. Sorry, Stephen A. Stephen A. We dishing out hot L's from Uncle Shay Shay.
And could not have said it better, big dog. It's time for us to go in there and shock the world.
Shock the
Absolutely.
world, Craig. Shock the world. Go ahead with it though. Let us know. Go ahead, wrap it up. Let us know what your take on the game is, and also give us your prediction if you don't mind.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I haven't even thought of a prediction. So let me just say this. I did have all this figured out or scheduled out in my prediction. I had us dropping this one because I knew it would be a tough one. But going
Mm,
into this game, there's no way in hell that this is going to be a blowout. I mean, I right now I think it's about 60-40 odds. I think that I need to see this defense, step up. I need to see this offensive line step up. I think that we can do that. I know for a fact I'm going to be betting the money line on this game. it's going to be too much fun
Right,
not to do
right.
that.
So that means you're betting that the game will be, or even if Oregon wins, they won't win by the 21 points. That's
Oh,
what you're betting, right?
well, I do have a bet on the spread, but I do have a bet on the Buffs here to get that win, baby. Because
Okay, got to do that.
I mean, I want to win another $500. So I mean, that's what
Already.
I'm doing again. So I think if the Buffs win, I think they win. I think it will be a close game, a 3-point victory.
All right. Well, shouts out to Denver Sports Betting. We need you guys to holler at us,
Yes.
possibly become a sponsor. I'll be on a dang, I gotta pull it up right now, but I'll be on a podcast.
Let's go.
But I'm sorry, I can't even call it out right now. Sorry about that. But I'll be on the podcast. I think it's I don't have the name of it right now, but if you guys go check out Denver Sports Betting on Instagram, check it out. Follow them on Instagram and Apple. Get with them. I'll be on that. It'll be previewing tomorrow. So check us out on there. Anything else, y'all can find me. Hashtag Big Dog Chico, or just search in Big Dog Chico, BIGG, CHICO. You feel me? And David Talks Buff, find him on the internet anywhere too, except for Instagram. For whatever reason, David said, I ain't mess with Instagram, dog.
I'm a simple mind, focused on just a few things. So
Yeah.
eventually I'll get there, big dog. Eventually I'll be looking like you.
Nah, it's all good, man. Do your thing the way that you do it. You feel me? So any other things you want to leave us with? Any shout outs you want to give out there?
Man, I just love this, man. How like this everything from here on out is just bonus points, man. We've already proved that we belong. We've already proved all the haters wrong. We're gonna surprise a lot of people this year, and it starts now in conference play on taking that up
All right.
a next step, man. I am thrilled to see how we stack up against some of these big teams over the next couple weeks, and it gives me no greater pleasure than to watch along and comment on it with you, big dog, and the rest of the fans. I mean, the vibes are they're perfect right now. We're loving this, and sticking with us, you're gonna have fun every week. So I appreciate you bringing me to the fold with this, man. It's always a pleasure.
For shiggity, for sure. So y'all make sure y'all follow my dog Dave out there. Get on his YouTube. Make sure y'all follow him. Get in the comments once again and run them up real quick. Like we're gonna stay here for I'll give about a good 30 seconds to stay here and let y'all run them comments up. Let me get everybody on there. Let me make sure I'm keeping
Yes.
everybody. Y'all got any super chats? It's time to get them in right now. We appreciate you. Tremaine Young, I agree. Charles Kelly knows Bree Love is a liability in the secondary. Hopefully he gives Bree Love some help. That's Tremaine's comment. That wasn't endorsed by me, even though I read it.
Nah,
Shouts out to
we're gonna play better, man. This is going to be a close game for sure. And
right.
it's going into the fourth, man. I like two.
I like two also. You know what I mean? Versus anybody. Two versus anybody. Somebody make those shirts. Two versus anybody. Two for Heisman. You feel me? Once again, I'm gonna leave y'all with this though. I want to leave y'all with some words of inspiration. And this right here comes, of course, from Bucky, aka Osakin, with the new shirt on today. And it said, the rejected will be respected. You feel me? The rejected will be respected. And that's for anybody out there. Y'all want to know David's YouTube is up there in the corner above his head. Mine is right there too. And remember that the rejected will be respected. You
Love
feel
that.
me? All right. The stone that the builder refused will always be the head cornerstone. All right. Appreciate you guys joining in, man. We're gonna get up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. Davis Talks Buff, Big Dog Chico, Dave and Dog. We about this thing. Hey,
Let's
running
go.
lights up. Appreciate you guys joining in once again, man. We up and about this thing. Yeah, y'all. Time to, time to, time to, time to run them lights up. Dave and Dog. Dave and Dog. Run them likes up. Dave and Dog. Dave and Dog.